Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Taking a quick look here again at Solana, seeing what's going on. Elliott Wave does kind of anticipate we're still going to see our ABC pattern on the way down. We are likely at our A, we're following by a B here and potentially a C pattern. So basically, again, just to clarify, lower low, lower high, lower low. That's a common characteristic in the ABC pattern, which we are seeing happening so far. Okay, so just be mindful. We could see further downside based on that sentiment. Not 100% guarantee, but it is a statistical probability. All right, folks, we're going to take a look at some backend data really quick, kind of help understand where we're at with this first. And just know, if you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. Thanks for joining me here. Hope you can learn something today. I do have a trading academy community and Signal group link down below if you're curious about that. I do love teaching people to trade, so I hope you can learn as much as you possibly can. So do yourself a favor, watch all the way through. It just makes a lot more sense so you're not doing yourself a disservice. Because I can't just give you the answers all the time. You got to learn for yourself how to trade. Just piggybacking off other people is never going to help. Just some friendly advice. Okay, enough about that. Looking at here, $61. We got a heavy amount of liquidation at 61 for the longs, and roughly there at about 75 for the shorts. Okay, so let's take a quick look here. We'll go ahead and mark 61 on the charts, right there, and 75 is right here. Okay. All right, so that's generally where we see the largest amount of liquidation concentrated. Okay, so why that's important, why that's relevant, is just because those are areas or those are targets that whales like to shoot for to effectively be able to wipe out all the competition so they can just push the price in whatever direction they want or add to their position there and go the opposite direction. So just say this level here is swept. They sweep that level, and they drive the price right back up because now they got a nice low position after selling until they get there. Okay, again, interesting the way that things work out on the back end, but just something to be mindful of. It's not 100% guarantee we're going to see that level, but based on this being a volume profile at about $61, that would make sense for the price to gravitate towards that level. That's why key level supports based on volume are constant bouncing points. That's why the price bounce off those levels, because there's liquidation at that area. Okay, so that said, hypothetically, we could very well see something along these lines here, as low as maybe $58. Okay, so just clarify that's a potential reality, not 100% probability. All right, so take a look at the daily time frame. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Not too much has changed here since last night. Still diverging, nothing different there. RSI is about halfway down this little trend here. We will find support once we hit 50 on the RSI. That's a common bouncing point. Coincidentally, that'll probably put us somewhere in this lower range here with 0.618, 0.5 Fibonacci retracement. We can see MACD is diverging here. We're starting to see divergences on a lot of coins right now in the 4-hour time frame, and this one is no exception. So again, it's not a guarantee that it's going to diverge, but if it does, then we can presume the price will stay bearish for a little bit longer. Okay, which does kind of speak to our thought process here of maybe seeing somewhere in the range of low 60s, upper 50 range. Okay, that's a possibility. All right, again, that hasn't happened yet. It's not official. We don't need to worry. The sky isn't falling, but it is still it's not looking fantastic. Okay. All right, we have also lost a short-term trend line. We are above the moving averages, which is beneficial. So we'll go ahead and we'll actually leave that for a moment. And just note that we're still not in terrible shape on the daily time frame. Okay. So again, even though, yes, we're kind of testing this trend line here, that's more of like a short-term trend line. It's not a long-term trend line. So I'm not super concerned. You can see a little bit more accurately here on the 4-hour time frame, where the price action was working its way up on the 50-day SMA. We're now testing the 50-day SMA and this potential support of 68. So honestly, we got to kind of see if $68 will hold. You got to keep in mind the price action is pulling back pretty aggressive because Bitcoin pulled back pretty aggressive. Okay, there's still a correlation between this coin and other coins, or this coin and Bitcoin. In other words, all coins are typically correlated with Bitcoin, minus some exceptions like, you know, TIA, for example. This coin is going crazy. Celestia, I'll cover that one next. Anyways, what I'm getting at here is that Solana is in a position right now where we can expect the price to go down further until it doesn't. All right, that's what I just kind of want to prepare for you for. Because again, you look at this here. Look at how unfortunate this is. We got this $68 level holding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 4, we're looking at 24 hours of holding the price action above $68. That was awesome. Comes up, little dead cat bounce, rejecting off 0.236. Now we're back down to retest that level. What do you think happens when you consistently retest a level? What do you think happens when you consistently smash a door with a hammer? It'll eventually break, okay? That's basically what's happening right now. $68 is slowly deteriorating. It's trying its best to hold, but it's having a difficult time doing so with Bitcoin pushing the price down. Okay, so again, a lot of this hinges on Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin going to bounce? Is Bitcoin going to drop? Solana will probably follow suit. So again, this looks very similar. Oops, sorry. Let me switch this out. This looks very similar, doesn't it? See that? See the correlation there? Yep. Definitely a lot of similarities there. Okay, so again, just be mindful. If Bitcoin continues to have a bad day, Solana will as well. Okay, so all the more reason to consider having taken profits prior, which I recommended last night, but not everyone listens. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look here at the 1 hour time frame. We'll wrap it up here for us. Oh, before we do too, actually I get a lot of positive feedback here recently regarding this new exchange that we're partnered with. Be sure to check them out. Phenomenal exchange. Healthy benefit rewards, no KYC, no VPN. You have to use my link to qualify, but I can tell you, you're going to grow to love them. They're a fantastic exchange. And if you're using like BingX, for example, and you're tired of the VPN requirement, which means they're going to KYC anyways, you may want to switch over. Again, just some friendly advice there. I think that is definitely an appropriate consideration. The hourly, though, we're down to an 8 on TD sequential. Okay, so this does imply we're overextended. Pullback would make sense. We're also seeing here, though, however, that we've not only, again, lost this trend line, but the trend line's running concurrent with the Ichimoku cloud. That's an extremely positive factor for shorts, not for longs. Okay, and basically what that just means here is conversion lines below the baseline. The lagging span is not free and clear of the price action, and the price is below the cloud. So those 2 out of 3 indications of leaving your short position open. The lagging span being not free and clear of the price action. Right now, actually no, correction, it technically is if you exclude these candle wicks. So that I take that back. Lagging spans free and clear. We have 3 out of 3 indications to leave your short position open. Okay. Now, again, taking a long into this, I think it's kind of a hope and a prayer because, again, you're just taking a long into lower lows and lower highs. I don't really think it's all that beneficial of a consideration. Again, you'll get lucky a few times. There's a thought process there. I get it. But we got to presume $68 is going to be the new resistance level. We have to presume that this range here from the cloud and this ascending trend line will also work as a resistance, and that we have literally 0 out of 3 reasons to take a long position. Okay. So again, if you take a long position right now, just know you're kind of going against the grain. The statistical probability of losing is greater than it is to consider maybe just waiting for a better opportunity or shorting. I wouldn't say taking a short right now is appropriate. It just feels weird to short Solana. I'm probably never going to say that, at least not for a while, because it's such a volatile coin, such a strong coin that I'd be super surprised if the price does go down much further. But again, we got to presume it will now that we've broken through this previous support level, and that we're seeing a lot of signs kind of letting us know that the price could continue further. My speculation is we'll see a little bit of a dead cat bounce to come up and reject off the cloud and potentially continue lower, or the alternative here, which would be great, is if we stay in this range here. We kind of work within range bound between, just say, 65 as a rough estimate and 71. And then inevitably, once we break above $71 or $72, that's when we want to consider a long position. Okay. Or, of course, the alternative there is to wait for the price action to average itself out above the cloud. Just say it goes kind of sideways and up. The cloud naturally goes down. We'd look for an entry at this point here. Okay. So $70, $71 would be a good entry target within 24 to 48 hours. Okay. Pending these things end up working out well when we get there. Okay. 24 hours from now, the price could literally be down at $58. Or it could be up at 75. We never truly know. But the key takeaway here is that if you feel like you're missing out, you're trading wrong. I know it sounds crazy. FOMO is a very natural thing. But, it's important to recognize not to just get into a trade because it's something that you're passionate about. If you can become more passionate about returning your investment, then I think that's probably a better consideration. Again, I talk about this a lot in my trading academy. I saw some folks talking a little bit about risk management earlier. I recommend chapter 8 of my trading university there, and just watching that over and over again until it sinks in. It can be easy to overlook, emotional trading and good risk management, but that's really what makes a good trader. There's no other way around it. Okay. Again, just some friendly advice there. I hope that makes sense. Sorry, I got a little worried here today. Not much else to really note. I would just say at this point, the narrative is down. We need to kind of work with that and anticipate the price pulling back further until it doesn't. If we break through some key level resistances, such as 68 for starters, 70/71 over the next 24 hours, that's going to be a consideration for me for a long position. Right now, even though I love buying dips, this is not the dip to buy. It definitely looks pretty treacherous. So be very careful. Consider some alternatives if you're thinking for a long position. If you do take it long, best of luck. I hope that works well for you. Comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are there. And obviously, like the video. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your day. See you in the next one.